5 Women, Now and Then by Lucy Moss and Angharad Ormond. Episode 3, Polly, Jem and Jeanie. Polly, Dawes Court off Shoe Lane near Fleet Street, London.
Polly!
November
Polly!
1852.
Polly! Oh, you're right in my way.
Sorry, Mum. Mum?
Are you helping me or not?
I'm helping you. Mum.
Come on.
What was the...
Hold this.
It's heavy.
Yeah, that's why you're helping me.
Mum, here's your handkerchief.
I'm all right.
Mum, no, just sit down for a bit. Just...
What were you asking me before?
Mum, what did the doctor say?
I didn't go. Why just what?
Why didn't you go to the doctor?
No money for the doctor, Polly. Next week, perhaps. What were you asking me? Why does...
You know my storybook?
The fairy tales?
Yes.
What about them?
Red Riding Hood.
With the grandma?
And the wolf.
And the wolf with the big teeth. All the better to eat you with.
Why does he want to eat Red Riding Hood?
Well, that's what wolves do.
Are there wolves in London?
None round Fleet Street. And always keeps them away.
But Red Riding Hood's mum knew there were wolves and she still let her go.
Wolves. She told her to stay on the path, though, didn't she?
Is paths not for wolves?
Are paths. No, wolves don't consider paths much consequence, I suppose. Perhaps they don't care.
Then why tell her to stay on the path?
Because I think the story's trying to explain that staying on a path is important to keep you safe. Because when you're a good girl and stay on the path...
Do wolves not eat good girls?
Well, they do sometimes.
So why is it her fault?
Look at you! All indignant.
Just don't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
The wolf. It's not fair. It doesn't matter if she stayed on the path or not. She was a good girl and the wolf still nearly got her. Wolves is wolves.
Wolves are
And even
wolves.
her red cloak weren't no help.
Listen, being a good girl is important, Polly. So you be a good girl and help your mum up from this chair. I'm a bit tired today. Oh, upsy daisy. Your dad will be home soon and he'll want his tea, and then you can read him the story and see what he says.
Jeanie, Burnley, Lancashire, October 1955.
The little girl entered the wood and followed the path. After a short while...
Hello, Jeanie. Come here. I want to show you a secret. Good girl. That's it.
It didn't take long. I just closed my eyes. And then on the way home, he'd buy me an ice cream.
Please don't go down to the woods. If you know what's out there, I don't think you would. The wolf, he lies in wait for you. You don't have to believe me, girl, I know it's true. say you can trust them, but you never can. Don't get me wrong, it's not every man. Some have good intentions, he's not one of them. He'll take you to ruin and throw you out the den. Please don't go down to the wood. If you know the outcome, I don't think you would. Please don't go down to the wood. If you know the outcome, I don't think you would.
Jem, St Cuthbert's Comprehensive School, Tottenham, September 1983.
It's all just noise, what they say. Fill my ears with better noise, make them go away. The beat is louder than them, make it louder than them. Fills all the space and then I can block it out, block them. The beat blocks it out till there's no them.
Thank you both for coming. I'm Mrs. Clements, the head teacher. That's Gemma.
Thanks for phoning. Please, could you describe the incident?
Well, Gemma punched another student during class and then spat in Mr. Green's face when he remonstrated with her. He's our geography teacher.
Not a fan of geography, eh? Is this the first incident?
Sadly not, and she only started with us a week ago. I know some kids struggle with the move to secondary schooling, but this behaviour, perhaps we should consider an alternative educational provision.
And her parents?
We don't have details of Dad. Mum, well, I've tried to phone her mum several times. Gemma says she doesn't know where she is. That's why I called you. Gemma?
It's all just noise, what they say.
Gemma?
Fill my ears with better noise, make them go away.
There's a social worker and police officer here to speak to you about this afternoon's incident.
I can block it out, block them. The beat blocks it out till there's no them.
I tried to call your mum.
Fuck off!
Polly, Peabody Estate, Lambeth, London, March 1880. Polly stood with her back against the door of Flat 3, Peabody Estate, Stamford Street.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe she's not.
Maybe there's nothing going on.
The woman Polly had welcomed into their home, into their lives, had made herself a little too comfortable.
Haven't actually seen anything, but...
As Polly always did after an argument with her husband, she would pick herself up, wipe her tears and, holding her head high, go back into the kitchen and stoke the fire. The heat of the flames on her skin made her feel energised and raw.
What if I didn't do that? What if I didn't go back inside?
Where would she go? And what about the children?
I'll take them with me.
The law won't let her.
And what life could I give them? The streets? The workhouse? Death? No child deserves that.
The burnt umber sky smudged itself into a charcoal night as Polly pushed through the protective gates of the Peabody Estate and onto the streets of Lambeth. Rain fell, hitting the hard cobblestones that led her away from the life she had worked so hard to build, the life she was leaving behind. Outside her father's door, Polly can almost feel the light from the street lamp. She's half in, half out of the darkness. Half shadows cross her face, across the shadow of a woman she has become. Maybe she knocked. Maybe she didn't. Maybe her father answered. Maybe he didn't. Whatever happened that night, Polly found herself at the doors of Lambeth Workhouse.
You look up at them doors, looming like a debt collector. Stomach churning with hunger and anger and fear. You think you'll vomit. The smell of it. The smell of you. But your stockings are sodden, and the chill creeps up you and into you, and your legs are shaking with cold, and your hands are shaking with rage, and your face is hurting with not crying. You use 2 hands to lift that knocker, and the metal's colder than charity and heavier than your heart. Anything but this. There is nothing but this.
Gem, HMP Holloway, London, March 1990.
You arrive, empty of hope, crammed in a tiny metal box with a tiny window the size of an envelope. The window pane is so thick that outside blurs and whirs, and inside your mind's blurred and whirring too. I fit my finger in the half holes where half women with half lives before me have tried to burn the pain with a lighter. Burn the pain with a lighter. The van drives inside, and you realise the lullaby inside your mind has stopped. The van has stopped. The wait before they open the door is excruciating. All you can hear is your heart racing, resonating. The box is shrinking, or you're getting bigger, like Alice in Wonderland. So you haven't had anything to eat for days, and definitely not any cake. They store you inside. There's nowhere to hide, defined and confined by walls.
They strip you
Of your clothing,
of all you possess.
of your dignity.
Shame is all you have left.
A uniform of compliance, used grey garments,
no pockets,
no concealments, stencilled with HMP
stencilled
Holloway.
with Lambeth Workhouse. And you think, can I get any lower?
Bars
Clink,
boots
clunk,
doors
thunk,
keys
keys
rattle on
rattle on chains,
voices prattle over
spaces,
pacing down corridors
that all look the same.
all look the same. And you think, can I get any lower?
A heavy-looking metal door opens to a room full of faces, of bodies, of ladies, sizing you up, sussing you out.
Jeannie was the alpha wolf, leader of the pack. She winked and said,
I've got your back.
Closing the door.
locking you in.
Click, clunk.
When will they come back?
When will they come back?
And you think, can I get any lower?
Happiness isn't door-shaped.
No fixed abode, like I chose. Like I chose not to have a voice, deprive myself of any chance, like I chose to be a victim of circumstance. No place to stay. Keep sending me away, from home to home to home to home, no home that I've ever known. 19 placements, payment for displacement, replaced and disposed of, better off alone, to roam. No fixed abode, like I chose. If home is where the heart is, does that make me heartless? Half-hearted promises from the housing team, halfway houses, half a heart should hurt less. No heart for a home. Homeless, nowhere I belong. I'm just trying to get along. When your heart has something missing, you get used to living just an existence, less than subsistence. Printed on the news sheets, get the junkies off the streets. I'm a headline in your paper, something for you to tut over. I see your eyes glaze over. They're all addicts, sleeping rough. Nothing you give them is ever enough. No fixed abode. Like I chose. It's a sentence with no ending. In and out and down. Application pending. In and out and down. Judge is sending me back inside. Closest thing to home I've ever known. Copper, warden, prison doctor, psych evaluation order, locked in, shut down, shut up inside, shut up inside. Sometimes when I'm out, I like to sit and watch the kids, swinging about and having a laugh in their happy little family huddle, all fitting in together like some pretty little puzzle. Mum, dad, brother, sisters, 4.4 pieces, plus nieces and cousins by the dozen. That was never me. Jagged round the edges, see? Always had sharp edges, me. I never fit into some pretty picture puzzle. Stops me getting hurt. I can cut the connection first. Keeps me without ties. Keeps me from believing lies. Keeps me free.
Jeannie, Burnley, Lancashire, November 1955.
You stupid little cow. You stupid little cow.
Ma, I never...
I saw you, bold as brass. And there's the joke, because you're giving it away for free, ain't you? And who are you meeting? That's what I'd like to know. Except I do know. Oh, I know, you dirty slut.
Ma, I didn't.
Don't you lie to me! Don't you dare! Saw you. Stay away from him. Stupid slut. What do you think you're doing going with him? Getting your fanny out? You'll get what's coming to you. You are asking for it.
I'm sorry, Mum.
You will be. You see where you end up if you carry on like that. You stay away from him.
Please don't go down to the wood. If you knew the outcome, I don't think you
Polly, Whitechapel Road, London, August 1888.
All I need's an halfpenny, just for a bed tonight.
Piss off! Drinking your dust, man!
Charity don't give you the right to judge me.
Get a job.
I don't want to go to the workhouse. I just want to sleep at Wilmot.
On your back, legs open.
I don't do that. It's respectable. It's women's lodging. Damn your eyes. I spit on you. Spit on your moralising. Who said you was better than me? You think it won't happen to you? Better here than the spike. Better the streets. Here on this path. Never the workhouse. Never.
Polly?
Who's that?
It's me, Ellen. Polly, what are you doing?
Ellen, oh Ellen, it does a body good to see you, and that's the truth.
Polly, my dear, where are you staying? We ain't seen you along of Wilmot's.
Oh, I've been in a place up by Florentine. Oh, I don't like it, Ellie, don't like it at all. Men and women all hours of the night.
Oh, Paul, I knows you hate that.
All them eyes on me. All the time, Ellie. watching where they want.
I know, me dear, I know. Well, come along with me and Wilmot's, they'll give you a bed.
Tried Wilmot's already tonight, but he sent me away.
Paul,
I ain't got the price of it.
you drank it.
Ellen, I know I'm a fool. I just wanted the one. Just to lighten the load.
I know, Paul.
Gets too heavy to bear, you know.
Don't take on so. Come on with me to Wilmot's and we'll get you a place. Up, Sir Daisy, let's be having ya. Oh, God, Paul, you're all bone.
Where are we going?
Wilmot's.
Oh, no, Ellen, no. I tried already tonight. He was having none of it. Sent me off with a flea in my ear.
Let me explain it to him.
No, Ellen. Let go of my arm. He said, don't come back till you got the readies, and I ain't got them, so I can't go back yet. Oh, should have seen how he looked at me like I was dirt. And in my new bonnet and all.
It's very smart. Where'd you get that?
Charitable donation it was.
Charitable donation. Polly, just come along with me. I'll talk to him.
No. No, Ellen. You let me take care of myself. I'll get me DOS money. Me and my jolly bonnet. It's worth a bob or two, I'll be bound.
Jeannie and Cathy, Bethnal Green Survivors Club, Whitechapel, London, October 2021.
All right, you crowd, settle down. It's 7 p.m. and the AA lot here are 8:30. Any penguins left? Chuck us one.
Here you go.
Ta. My name's Jeannie, and I'm more than a survivor.
Hello, Jeannie.
Welcome all. Just a recap of the rules. This is a group where we respect each other's experience, journey and history. We don't judge. Our story's different but not better, and not worse than anyone else's. Look for the similarities. You are not alone. What you see here, what you hear here, stays here. Okay, so we've got raised hands sharing. Sophie, would you like to start us off?
My name's Sophie and I'm more than a survivor.
Hi, Sophie.
I felt like I was sleepwalking most of the time I was with him. You know, like it never seemed real because I couldn't believe that the man that hit me was part of the same man that said he loved me.
When did it start, Pet?
Well, we were at school together, but he was in the year above and it was so sexy, you know, going out with someone that's a bit older. Oh, I know, a whole year. He used to say that I'd smoked his cigarettes, you know. I'd never smoked, but he said I'd smoked them and then he'd make me undress and he'd sort of sniff me. I know this sounds stupid.
No, it doesn't, love. Go on.
Well, he sniffed me all over to see if I smelt of smoke. I used to call him my little sniffer dog. But then he started biting me and pinching me, make me tell me where I'd hidden them. I hadn't hidden them. People can't understand why you don't just leave.
It's not that simple, is it?
No.
But here you are.
Yeah, I suppose so. Here I am.
We all know that your first time teaches you how sex should be, and what you've learnt ain't necessarily right. For instance, my first time was like a fairy tale. Except I was Little Red Riding Hood, and me dad was the wolf. I didn't know he was me dad neither, till me mum told me. She knew all the time I was going to that wood. That's why she was so angry. With me, not with him, like it was my fault. I think that's a lot of what we're taught. That what happens to us is our fault. Yes, Sammy, you want to share.
Oh, yeah, my name's Sammy and I'm more than a survivor.
Hi, Sammy.
Yeah, when I went inside, the judge said it was my fault. Said I should have said no and all and walked away.
What was you in for?
Drugs, me ex. Stupid little girl that I was.
No, not stupid.
All right, in love.
We think love makes up for everything. Is it love if it hurts?
No. Anyway, Sarah was being made an example of, learning my lesson. I hated being locked in, but you get used to it, don't you? It feels safe.
It does. You feel protected.
Yeah.
And you know what I say? Happiness isn't because I was inside for so long. That cell door kept me in and it kept the world out too. Kept me safe. But having your own door, that's different. A door that someone else can lock and unlock, that's not safe. And we all want to be safe. We all deserve to be safe. But your own door. Yes. Would you like to share?
Kathy, not sure if I'm surviving just yet.
Hello, Kathy. You will.
Yeah. My door kept me in, but it weren't my door, it was his door. I weren't allowed keys or nothing.
Uh-huh.
I was safe too. Kind of safe, because I didn't have to tell anyone about it. What was happening. If I didn't have the door, then people would see me and everyone would know how bad it was.
That's not your fault. We've all been there. Sometimes it feels safer inside.
Yeah. I feel so ashamed.
We know. It's okay.
He's inside. The scrubs. I was in the bathroom trying to make it stop bleeding. My face. And I was saying to myself, next time just let him. Just let him do it, don't fight back, don't say no, just let him.
Oh.
And then I thought, next time. And I realised there would always be a next time. There would always be a reason there would always be a next time. It would never stop, never. And I could hear my little girl crying and I thought, what if it's her next time? So, next time the social, Lily came and he wasn't there. I opened the door. And then, later, in the hostel, Lily said I should come down here. It's been 8 months.
We know, Lily. And you came. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So, what's next, Kathy?
The body of Mary Ann Polly Nichols
was found in Bucks Row, Whitechapel, August 31st, 1888.
The body of Kathleen Kathy Jones
was found in her lodgings at Fisher Street, Whitechapel, March 8th, 2022.
In the final episode of 5 Women, Now and Then, the part of Polly was played by Arabella Hornby, Jem by Lynn Davis, and Jeanie by Vivian Shaw. The narrator was Rosanna Preston. Other parts were played by B. Collett Bell, Stephen Brasher, Colin Guthrie, Deborah Ross, Martin South, and members of the company. The music was written and performed by Rosie Hayes, Kasha Sikora Black, B. Collett Bell, and Colin Guthrie. The assistant director was Sarah Relton, musical director Rosie Hayes, and sound design was by Colin Guthrie. 5 Women, Now and Then was written by Lucy Moss and Angharad Ormond, with additional material by members of the company. It was produced by the Tower Theatre Company and directed by Angharad Ormond.